We on. Girl, I see you. Trying to smoke. Hey, time for kicking the breeze, y'all. Whew. I just got in the house, waiting on Amanda. I might have to tell her to hurry up again. I see her coming out the window. She's slow walking. I know I didn't cut the screen on you. They waiting on you. I'll let you sit over here so you can read closer than I can.
I can't read.
You can read.
Who is on there?
I see Benita. You can, girl, you're younger.
Hey, y'all. What's up? What's up?
We at a...
Denise are always waiting.
Hey, Denise. Hey, y'all, it's time for Kicking the Breeze. I and Amanda, we just got in here. We came up with a topic. You want to tell them?
She said late. Hello, late.
Yeah, we late. But we just really literally walked in the door. And I'm like, let me set it up and kind of late. Okay, so tell them what we're going to talk about, Amanda.
Oh.
It's a good one.
It's a good one. We are going to talk about fetishes.
Explain to them what a fetish is. I got to make a run right quick and be right back.
It is an addiction or a liking of something. So it could be you like feet fetish.
Well, you know what? That's what we're going to talk about.
Feet fetishes.
Yeah, I don't see what now.
It could be you like ears fetish, which is kind of weird, but whatever. I seen a show where people had fetishes about like the foam in the mattress.
Called My Strange Addiction.
Yes. Yes.
I know what it was called.
Yes. And one lady, she was eating light bulbs. So, what's your fetish?
Everybody has one. Another, I think, word for fetish to me would be the what's it, OCDC?
OCD.
Yeah, OCD. Constantly having it. I'm trying to think, what is that they done to my thing on the door? Somebody done knocked it down. I'm all over the place.
That's her fetish. Things
What?
not being centered.
Well, yeah. I like for things to be a particular way. I do.
Yes, she do.
My grandchildren talk about my children don't
She
say
be
much
like,
about
that
it.
don't look right. Hit that picture to the left. You be looking like, ain't nothing wrong with that picture.
But I just like things in a certain place.
Oh, Lord.
Who you talking about?
He's here.
Hi. You are not going to pick on him.
Well, he threatened me earlier. When
He told you he was going to be ready and he was going to come for you.
Well.
So.
What are y'all fetishes?
We were at a restaurant, having our dinner. Oh, let me say this, Denise. Denise turned up. We want to say those spare, what you call them? Spare wheels or
flat tires.
Flat tires were great. I love those things. I'm going to tell y'all, when she gets the rolling pasta truck up, it'll be worth your visit. I mean, Denise, it was really good, okay? Yes.
Denise, I went in the store and came out, and my whole car smelled like your food. I said, what is you doing in here?
Snacking. Hello, Marvin. He said, hello, beautiful people. We're talking about fetishes today, and when we were at the restaurant, I was like, let's talk about feet fetishes.
Yes.
Because a lot of people like feet. What? There are some men, ladies, who have more than what you think. they have feet fetishes. Some men like for your shoes. They just, you know, they say they got a thing for heels, but it's not always for the heels, because you can have on heels and your feet not even look good in them. You know, your feet could be swole up. They can be your shoe could be too big. They could be running over at the heels.
Not even compliment your outfit.
Yeah.
You know, like,
or your body stature.
Oh yeah.
Because I've seen some very slim women with some shoes that just really make them look like cartoons. What is he saying?
Was Amanda on time this evening? I was not on time.
Neither was I. That was partially my fault.
But that goes hand in hand with last week's topic. Mind your own business.
Leave him alone.
Hey, Elaine.
Yes, what he said. I
don't like ugly feet. So what's your
fetish,
a
lot of men don't like ugly feet. Now, you know, women don't know that.
They got that from that movie.
No, some men really don't like ugly feet. I mean, and it depends on what you call an ugly foot or ugly feet.
True.
What did Denise say?
Marvin, of course not.
Well, some men don't care. What did Davida say?
I love high heels.
Yeah, you do. But after you pull them high heels off, what them feet look like. But another thing is, Davida, like you said, some men, what you say? No, I don't. No, I don't. Some men, even when it comes to being intimate, they want you to keep your heels on. Because they just like the heels. And then
they want you to walk on them with your heels.
Yeah, and you would think that if you don't know how to balance yourself, when a man wants you to walk on him with the heels, that heel will go in his back or in his body. So you have to know how to balance yourself in doing that. So that's what?
I would not waste a hate on you, Marvin. Tell me, stop hating Amanda.
And she said, Pastor, did you what?
Here, Minister Elam passed away.
Yeah, I was there, Benita. I went to the funeral. His wife had me to come and say some words of comfort, and I sang a song, so I did know. And what is Ellen saying?
Is that firm behind you real?
No, that's what this plane is probably about 30 years old.
Can you do something with him?
What'd he say?
Don't send for me, Amanda, because I'm coming for you.
And what is Denise saying?
Terry Ann said, what Pastor know about that?
You tell Terry I ain't always been a pastor, and that's the beauty of it. I don't try to pretend that my life has always been a holy one or a godly one, because it has not.
You married, so you know.
But I knew some of these things before I got married, because some of the things that some of the people that I was involved with, my husband wouldn't go for.
Bonita says she just found out about Elam.
Oh, okay.
And then Marvin said, I need a woman with pretty toes.
That's all right with having a woman with pretty toes, because that's another thing I was getting to. A lot of women, that's why they go get pedicures. You know, but a lot of men don't know under that fingernail polish that it might be a fungi.
I told them I'd be black.
You know, because some men really like to kiss on toes.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and they like to put the whole toe in their feet and everything. And so, you know, you kissing on a fungi toenail and you sucking on it real hard, it's subject to come off in your mouth, you know. What Benita say?
Sometimes people keep their fetish a secret and you find out kind of late.
That is true. That's a fact.
Be mindful of things that people who you're dating or around ask you consistently specific about. Amanda always being difficult. That is my middle name, Amanda Difficult Jamerson.
But you know what? And that's part, like everybody has one.
Mm-hmm.
One of mine would be, you know, even with my husband, I like for him to take a bath before. I just, you know,
that was 2 weeks ago.
I just always like for him to take a bath and be clean. Some women don't care if a man takes a bath. I do.
Ain't nobody asked you, do you like to kiss toes? We asked you, what is your fetish?
What did he say? I don't like to kiss toes. Well, you know, like Bonita said, some people keep that hid. You might not want everybody to know you suck a toe.
Bonita said they might ask if you're a freak.
Well, that's a form of being freaky. You know, a lot of it is levels to being freaky.
Everybody got a little.
But if they do, Bonita, that's a good point. That some people do. They say, you know, when you first meeting somebody, they say, "Are you freaky?" And then you have to say,
"In what way?
What do you mean by freaky?"
What you mean?
Because some people think turning the lights on is freaky. Because some people won't have sex with the lights on.
Yeah.
You know, they just ashamed. What's that? Bonita said what?
They might ask if
you Marvin said, no man, what, you don't want the lights off, Marvin, or you don't want the lights on? Which
he trying to act like he don't have a fetish.
He does. He done told you. What do we say?
Some men ask things just to get your response.
No, they really ask for a purpose.
They be wanting to know how
they
far
really ask for
a
purpose, and you know, they just don't want you to know how deep in some thoughts that go. There's an old saying, and I remember this. And so people need to take this to heart, but not too hard. Because they say, what you won't do, another one will. Well, let her do what I won't do.
Okay.
Okay.
Let her take it in her ear and her nose and her butt and wherever else you
That's her. Okay.
And
don't you feel bad when they go talking about, well, what you won't do, another will. Do you need to start kind of looking at them kind of sideways like, what you talking about?
Because especially if you want to play with that thing in the back, you might be trying to mess with some men.
But see, you know what? It's some women.
Mama said, turn off the lights. He said some women just want to know, Davita.
Well, know what, Marvin? What Benita said?
You need to see and also talk about what you don't like. Then see if you want to be with that person.
And that's true. That's true. Because some people, you know, you get involved with them, you're not like, what? And it's strange if you don't know that there are people, men who have feet fetishes, and he keep touching your feet or massaging your feet. Every time you come in the house, he picking your feet up, and you be like, why he picking my feet up? And a lot of times that's not even sexual. He just want to massage and rub your feet because that's the thing that he's into. What he said, facts. Mm-hmm. You know, so that's something to think about, because you said you had a man that had a hand fetish.
No, it was a feet fetish, but he would base it off of the way you kept your hands, because it's supposed to be that your hands and your feet complement each other and look alike. So he would be looking at hands, and he had came to me. He was like, "Man, your hands is so pretty," and I was like, "Thank you." He was like, "That means your feet are gorgeous."
It didn't mean that, but you know.
My feet are gorgeous.
I didn't say your feet. What did Bonita say? Girl, you better put that feet down. What Bonita say?
Because some things are off limits. Okay.
Yeah, some things are off limits.
For some people.
But some men can talk some women into doing some things that they normally wouldn't do, vice versa. What did he say?
Some women have toes with corns on them. Some men do too.
Yeah, you know, because I ain't talking about the fetishes that the women have towards men. But you know, but if you got coins from when you were young and you know you had to wear them too small shoes, or you wore them too small shoes,
or you just need to take care of your feet.
You need to learn. But some people have not been taught to take care of their feet. And women, that's another thing about a man. You be surprised at what they pay attention to. You walking around and you got that thick crust, that dead skin on the back of your feet, or your feet is cracked. Some men really got an issue with that, because they feel like if you don't take care of your feet, then you're not taking care of your monkey.
Okay.
You know?
And then when you think about, well, I don't have money for pedicures. Okay. You don't have to. You can go to the Dollar Tree and buy an emery board and the little brick and all that. And get that in that bathtub, and you could, do it yourself. Get that dead skin and stuff off and put some oil on them. Some have, wait a minute.
You might pull the camera closer if you have to.
I got to back this thing up.
No, pull it closer to us.
Okay. Some have funky feet.
Oh, yeah. Stinky feet. Some people do have stinky feet, you know.
Right, I agree with Bonita. Robert Henry is laughing. Marvin said that's nasty. And amen. Bonita said is it a fetish when some women won't let her man touch her hair?
No, I don't think that's a fetish. I think sometimes women be insecure about that because they have them weed tracks in. They done lied and said that's their natural hair. And when he get the rubbing his hand through your hair, pulling on your hair, you know, he feel them tracks. Or your tracks might be loose. You know, because you ain't got to tighten them up. And then if you done lied and said that wig is your hair, and he get excited in the moment and he grab your hair and it's in his hand, then we got some issues.
Robert said, monkey, she got me weak.
That's the old word for it, baby, because, you know, that's the old school word for it right there.
Oh, God.
What Marvin say? Women front when they say
they ain't got no money.
You know what, Marvin, sometimes, but a lot of times men play cheap. And sometimes y'all need to stop playing so cheap. You know, we're not saying that you need to open up your billfold all the time. We met a man today who watched the woman and checked her out before he opened up his billfold. We talking about you, Terry Brooks. I got that name right.
Davida said, I don't like kissing. I wouldn't kiss my own husband.
You know why you don't like kissing, Davida? When I was coming, I don't like really kissing now. If I was on the market, I probably wouldn't. But when I was younger, I used to love to kiss. You know, I say that all the time. But now, you know why you don't like to kiss? Because you know people putting their mouth in and everywhere it should not be. That's why. Let's say, then some people men have that slobby kiss. You know, the kiss where they kiss you and they leave a spit wad on you. I don't like that. I don't like that.
Why can't women use the natural hair? I hate weaves. How about natural long hair?
You know what? Everybody don't have natural long hair. And if you don't like...
Marvin, quit taking shots at people.
What he say?
She might like being single.
You know, no, that's just your point of view, Marvin. That's what you like. You like natural long hair. Some men like the different looks of wigs, and most likely for me, it's not really what you like. If my husband, even my boyfriends, it wasn't all about what they like. It was what I liked. And what I presented to them and how I presented it to them was how they liked the package. See, the thing with some of y'all men is when you see us, when you first see us and you get with us, you all excited. But then when you see us, you want to be with us and you get all excited. But then when you get with us and you get, they want your monkey. And then, you know, when they get with you, you start changing and want to be controlling in the sense that you don't want nobody else looking at them. You're wrong for that.
Oh, Bonita, that's good.
What she say?
Why does it have to be long?
Yeah, some men like bald-headed women or itty-bitty hair. That's just his preference.
Marvin
said, don't come for me, man. What Bonita said?
Natural hair is beautiful.
It is beautiful.
It is.
And Davida said, Marvin, you what?
You do not know me. Also, I do not wear wigs.
No, that she has some long hair. And just because a woman wear a wig doesn't mean she don't have any hair. That's what people mess up.
And some of this long hair come from the hair implant department. Ooh. So don't be acting like...
Because technology has increased, so they don't have to wear a wig.
Everybody hair thin.
Yeah. His hair done thin, let him keep on living. He gonna be a bald-headed man on top. That's why some women learn to like bald-headed men. Because they used to have big afros when they were young, and then they bald-headed. And he cut it all off. What?
Because to pull on natural hair.
Well, if you like to pull on natural hair, okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that, Marvin. You find you somebody with some natural hair and you pull it on out. Because you pull it too much and she gonna get mad because nobody want to find chunks of hair they hair in your hand. But if that's what you like, that's what you like, and we not mad at you. What Bonita say? I can't handle a what?
Smelly head man.
Ooh, yeah.
Hold up, LOL. I have long, thick hair. Devs DeVita. Marvin, hey, my daughter have long hair. Wait a minute, y'all coming up in here.
Y'all good. He said what?
Hey, my daughter have long hair. She get it from her daddy.
She got it from her mama.
Robert Haynes said, I'm cracking up. Johnson needs to be on Def Comedy Jam.
I'm telling the truth.
Victoria says she told me y'all, I told y'all it's something with him and y'all need to block him.
We're not going to block Marvin.
Victoria,
I like
really
Marvin.
Thought about that.
I don't care what y'all say. I like Marvin, and Marvin is an honest man. Marvin, you speak your mind. That's what's wrong with some men now. They don't speak their mind. And you right, Bonita. Oh, Bonita, I said that last week. Men be stinking behind their ears. You know, up there. You know, they need to, when they wash the ears, wash on the inside up there, down in there, all up there, and behind the ears. You be kissing them, you know, on their neck, and then they stinky. What is it?
It run in the family. What? Marvin, stinky ears?
No, not stinky ears. He's saying his daughter has long hair because it runs in the family. She said she just want what?
Tell him to take a bath.
Well, do tell him to take a bath. But I told y'all that's one of my fetishes.
Oh my God.
I had it ever since I was younger when I began to get active, you know.
And so it began.
And I would tell them, take a bath. I would go even as far as to run the bath water and make it sexy for them. Or even turn the shower on. You know, and they like, what you saying? I just want you to be clean.
He said, tell Victoria to mind her business.
Well, that's all right.
She said, Victoria I do mind my business, but today this is my business.
It's everybody's business. Y'all, so, you know, when you get to thinking about that, Bonita said, nope, before I do that, smell first. And that's true. But a lot of women act like they so desperate for a man, they don't want to hurt his feelings, and they don't want to insult him.
No, because if your monkey was smelling funny, he'll say
something. They'll get it. If your monkey was stinking, they will get your stinking monkey and talk about you later. Y'all ought to hear the way some of these men. I had brothers. I was the only girl for a long time in my family, so all them boys, and when they became really sexually active, they was telling stuff, talking about, you know, and they were just very frank, and so I'm listening. Plus, my mama always told me, take care of yourself. And what is Marvin saying?
Oh, God. See, Victoria needs to go to work. She mad no one wanted to kiss her feet.
Marvin, now you want to kiss Victoria's feet. I'm telling you the truth. Hey, if that's what you want to do, you know, that's between y'all. But again, people like different things, you know. Google services keep, what is it saying?
It went off by itself last time.
Yeah, I hope it did. Well, just hit a close app. Somebody said something right there. Victoria said. What Victoria said?
Baby, they love to kiss my feet and more. See you in my business
Jesus.
now.
Victoria, turn it up. Somebody else was on that set. Victoria, stop that.
Tell the truth. Hi, Kiki. Tell Victoria stop calling me.
No, ma'am. I don't like funky feet. Well, you know what? Y'all, men and women, some of y'all don't tell the truth. You know, you say you won't get with somebody that's stinky, but you will. Mm-hmm. You know.
In the New York men.
You know, some of them will. And then, you know, some of men and women need to be taught on how they should approach you. You know, some men get up and they don't even take a shower when they put cologne on. But Nita said can't have a foot fetish if a woman has what?
Hard chalk crust on them. Okay.
That's right. I don't know a man that would, but you'd be surprised at what
but they your
some
feet,
of them like.
And you should take care of your feet. If you think about it, your feet is your in-house transportation. You
know, this is truth. I have been, when church was open, and I would be, you know how with them flip-flops and stuff, and you know, Benita, some of you know, I walk barefoot all the time. And men would say, you got some of the prettiest feet on the bottom. And I'd be like, what? And I have had women to tell me that too. Why? Because I make sure I take care of my feet. Like you said, you have to scrub your feet. I don't care. You be a big girl, you sit in that water, you lift that leg up, you scrub them toes and everything. And I started really doing that because in my younger years, I had men who had feet fetishes. You know, I told you that. Mm-hmm. You know, the first time I had a feet fetish man, I didn't know what he was doing. I was like, what? You know, but they do. Some men, they like to kiss your toes and suck your toes and stuff, you know. Yeah, they said, what she know about that? I know a whole lot about it. What Benita say?
Ladies, we should not go around telling men how long it has been since the last man.
You know what, Benita, that's twofold. Sometimes that's a trick. Because you know if he a thirsty man, all you got to say is, I ain't had no sex in 6 months or a year.
Then
he be like, I feel
dust off that thing.
Why you got to say it like that?
Yeah,
that sounds so
he don't even know
bad.
he gonna be swimming.
But some women do that as a trick, and then some women are actually telling the truth, and you shouldn't, because then some men think, even for some men, some women think what is a turn off on for some men is actually a turn off for them. Everybody don't want to know that you ain't had none in a year, and then you get in there and start hollering like the werewolf.
That does not mean they a hoe.
What do you say?
He said some women have body odor and kitty cat musty. And then he said that means they a hoe.
No, that doesn't. That's that old man stuff. Some women, like some men, just don't know how to properly clean themselves. Men are stinky too, Marvin. I don't know what make y'all men think y'all don't stink. Some of your men don't, wipe yourself really good with toilet paper.
Marvin probably stink right now.
You quit talking about Marvin. So, what she said, so then...
He thinks he can hit it quick. Yeah.
Ooh, and sometimes he can,
Yeah, after she talking about when you say, I ain't been with a man in 10 years.
That is true. That is true.
The river done dried up.
In some cases, that's why she's saying that. Because I remember when you young, you tell a man then he start looking, man, and he want to give you an extra this or extra that, especially some of the older men.
When they ain't had no sex, that's a lie. That is not a lie.
It's not always a lie.
Here passing out, I almost said
monkey meat.
Coupons.
Monkey meat. Some women are not lying when they tell you, especially this day and time.
Everybody ain't laying down with everybody like that.
No, I mean, sex is not always the first thing on the individual's mind no more. Especially when you get a certain age and you done had some.
And then you got
you know what it's about. You got to work hard to get yours.
Yeah.
Shoot. Bonita say what?
If you are at this house, smell his pillows.
Oh, if you at his house, smell his pillows. You know what? Because that'll tell the truth. Because people like that beard on men can be so musty up here. And you know what? Especially if he's a man that does certain things, and you can smell the residue on it in his beard. Let's see, what did she say? Marvin saying? What?
Amanda keep coming from me. I want all the smoke.
Marvin, you just want an argument. You're not getting an argument tonight.
Bonita said he might not have clean sheets. That's true. He might have one or
a
two.
lot of men don't have multiple sheets.
Yeah.
And they might not change the sheets on their bed.
You sure you change them pillowcases.
Ooh. They might not change their sheets for a month or so.
And you should throw your
some
pillows
women
away.
are like that.
Yeah, you should throw your pillows away, get new pillows.
After about a year.
Some people wash them. I
wash my pillows.
I run through a whole lot of pillows in a year time.
When I was younger, I had to throw them away because I would go to the dollar store get them $5 pillows. But as I got older and I wanted to be more comfortable and I learned things.
Some big good ones.
Yeah, you spend some money on it, up to $100 for some pillows, you know. And I'm not going to throw that away, you know.
There are proper pillows that go
with your body,
size of your bed, and your body. Like it ain't a queen size pillow on credit. It's a queen size pillow because it go on a queen size bed. Sometimes he can put on too much cologne trying to cover for girl.
Bonita,
you better preach, girl.
You know you telling the truth. They don't take a bath, they don't take a shower, and they mask that stink with that cologne like you can't smell that tinge of stink that come between. What's Marvin saying?
Some women don't have clean sheets or towels or getting their teeth clean and brush and have funky breath. Marvin, what kind of women you done ran into? Because you got PTSD or something.
I'm trying to figure out, Marvin, you acting like a man that's been traumatized.
You act like you've been picking up women at the bus station or something. What is going on?
Streetwalkers
Marvin,
or something.
Leading prostitutes.
Or you might, they do say people have a tendency to date the same brand of a woman or brand of a man, you know. We have a tendency to, if you attract an abuser,
and then why you
imprinting. That's what they call it, imprinting.
Why you need towels in her house?
Well, Benita said tell Marvin to buy them
some clean sheets.
Well, if you're gonna be with her, you don't like her, maybe that's what you need to do. But I've seen men go in and lay on mattresses and be involved with women who don't even have sheets on the bed. And that's a no-no automatically as a woman. Mm-hmm. Every woman, you don't want no man. I don't even allow my children to just lay on the mattress.
I almost put my son in a coma one time. I came in his room. He ain't had no sheet on his bed.
I know.
I tried to kill him. It's been a long time ago, but there was a guy that I was around, and his sheet was so nasty that it was an instant turn off.
Yeah. And we have had those
experiences.
What he say? Some women have.
I can't handle tonight for some reason. Some women have used perfume to cover for a douche.
No, you can't cover for a douche, baby.
You can't cover for that.
And what people don't know is your body will automatically clean itself. What you got, or what you've been running into, is a woman whose diet is coming out. Like some women.
Maybe she just came off her period.
Yeah, because beforehand it gets tainted, and afterwards it gets tainted, and then you don't know what her diet intake is that causes her to be stinky, or what her chemical imbalance
is. Using the right soap
you just don't know, and then so she may have a naturally stank body odor, or you may have a woman that just doesn't know how to open herself and clean around her vulva.
Everybody has a scent.
Yeah, what's Marvin saying?
Now this is Bonita. Not everyone can even see my room.
You know what? Your boudoir is not for everybody to see. That's what it is. Boudoir. Yeah, your bedroom, your intimate place, that special place. But a lot of men judge you by first impressions walking through your front door.
Coming from one thing. Some women try to have sex on their period.
You know what, Marvin? I understand you found a woman that will just speak freely with you, so you getting at all the questions that you wanted to
Marvin,
ask.
Did you bang?
Let me tell you. First of all, stop that. First of all, the scripture says that a man should not touch a woman during that time of the month. But I have heard some men say, and some women say that, put a towel down, and that's really good that time of month. That's stinky and that's nasty. The woman is opening herself up to all types of diseases because at that time her womb is open. There's two parts to a woman down there.
You can get warts down there.
Yeah, a man can get warts just by putting his fingers down there.
He said, "No, ma'am, I don't."
Yeah.
Yes, you do, Marvin.
He should
keep that person. Okay, nasty.
Y'all quit beating up on Marvin.
Amanda, what?
He's just learning. But truly, Ebony, but truly you can get warts. A lot of people don't know that, back in our day when you was younger, the men used to sort of play around with a female like that. They had warts and stuff on their fingers and didn't even know where it came from.
Dirty hands.
Yeah, and then, that was a real turn off.
Dirty mouth. If he don't keep his mouth clean, he ain't got no business down there eating. He'll give you something.
Oh, my goodness,
a whole yeast infection. You be freaking it out while you got one. No, he's just nasty at this point. Okay.
Stop picking on Marvin.
He really telling you all the stuff he wants you to do.
Marvin is asking questions. You know what? It's not a lot of women who feel free enough to just say.
Okay, Bonita.
What she said.
Sounds like Marvin gets around.
But it seems like Marvin don't get around
Davita
to me.
Said, how old is Marvin?
I think Marvin is in his 40s.
Too damn old.
Y'all gonna quit picking on Marvin.
He came for me this morning.
That's all right. You don't have to pick on him. Marvin, let me tell you something, baby. Pastor gonna educate you, okay? No, I don't care how excited you get. If she's willing to give you her monkey while it's being cleansed, while the Bible says it's cleansing itself, that's a dangerous woman, okay? What Victoria said?
No, love, I am not on all this stuff he got. Marvin said, no, I don't, Amanda. No, don't. Yes, you do. Victoria said, and he is too damn old to be doing all of that.
No, let me tell y'all what y'all not gonna do. That's what I was getting ready to say.
Yeah, no.
At least Marvin will ask and say something. There's some old men that'll sit back and won't say nothing, but they'll glean from this knowledge. So Marvin is just asking and saying some things It's his way of finding out, because there are some men, and that's the only time they want to touch a woman is when she is doing her menstrual month, a menstrual time.
I don't know why that I'm finna defend him, and I really don't want to, but y'all ladies, we gotta keep it real. This might be the most action Marvin get all week, so we gotta, I guess, be a little gentle with the brother. Let's see. Marvin said, "Why you coming for Amanda? That's why I come for you." Bonita said, "Every woman that is not a virgin should act like the used car and keep the mileage low. No man goes looking for high mileage vehicles."
We learning that.
Everybody laughing.
we learning that, and that was true. Don't a man want a woman that everybody had?
He can't take you nowhere, because Terry over there, Boo Boo over there, Kickin
John
over there,
and all them.
Your third cousin done slid through there.
But likewise too, don't no woman want no man. Then every time she go around the corner, the woman said, honey, I've been with him.
Judy, I want to talk to you. It was a long time ago, but I've been with him.
Y'all be surprised at what people say. You be sitting up in church and a man walk in, they say,
What?
Itty bitty.
Victoria said, what, Marvin? I ate that damn, I don't know why Victoria is saying she want my son. It's about to go down.
Victoria didn't say she wants your son. Marvin, how old are you? Okay, because it was asked. Victoria said what?
Tell Victoria shut the hell up. We not.
And Victoria said what?
And don't women want a man that everybody done had?
I just said that you don't want a man, but see, it used to be it would have only said that a man didn't want a woman that everybody done had. Don't nobody want to be sitting up somewhere, going to church or in a restaurant, and somebody talking about, "Ooh, girl, I had him. Let me tell you how he do it. Girl, let me tell you the size of him." Don't nobody want to hear all that. No. So these men need to think about withholding themselves from giving it up to everybody too.
When because I was on crack, I gave him some head.
Girl, go back and read. Go back and read.
He said 43.
Okay, and what is beneath?
In the Bible, the woman should take 6 months to put oil on them, then 6 months to perfume her body.
That's Esther, a preparation. That's like doing marriages and special times and things like that. So you know what? It's a ritual that a woman should have anyway. At nighttime before you go to bed, you're a married woman, you ought to be clean before you hit that bed, okay? Mm-hmm. I don't care if you do have your bonnet on. You ought to be done. Took a bath, took a wash up,
brush your mouth out,
do something.
With something.
You know,
put
and
your
have
hair
some
up or something.
And even when I go to sleep, I still put some cologne
or
on.
Some spray. I don't want your son. He's a child. I ain't been around, so she needs to mind her business and watch her porn.
Well, you know what? I don't know who's watching porn or not. But I know it's something for all of us to learn. And like we said, no woman wants a man that every woman can, no matter where you go.
Nobody want nobody who done been with everybody. How about that?
Yeah, but some men think, they could just, because it used to be acceptable that he could go over here and he could slang it there and he could slang it there and he could slang it there. These women will wear you out now. What do you say?
She is.
Well, these women will wear a man out. And they always did. It's just that now it's more out in the open. Mm-hmm. These men will walk around, and they could say this and that and that. I think that there's certain things you shouldn't say about men or you shouldn't say about a woman. And I think if you've been in a relationship with a man or a woman, and especially if it was intimate, you have no right to talk about them.
Marvin said, I ain't been around the way. Nah, because y'all out of Jackson, so you tell us anything.
That don't mean he ain't been around the way. He could have been one of them country around the way type of
That's
men.
what I'm saying.
I said, I
don't watch porn, old man. Now you just talking.
Now, why don't y'all stop attacking one another?
I think it's cute. It's them flirting back and forth. If they was in person, they'd be like, stop, Marvin. Stop, Victoria.
But, y'all, come on now.
This the most action he get, y'all.
But I'm glad, I'm glad that he gets to say something. Bonita say, okay, back to what? Fetish.
Can't stand a quiet man.
Ooh.
So what do you mean, like during game time? During game time, you can't stand a quiet man?
What do you mean, Bonita? Are you saying a man that won't hold a conversation, period? or just sits there, he has no input or nothing to say.
He said, if I want action, I can get it. Stop lying, Victoria, little girl.
Okay, they in love with one another. Yeah. They started more beating one another up. Patting, throwing little pat licks.
Yeah, but what do you mean
about a quiet man? Because you know sometimes they quiet when they have
and
sex.
Don't call me hun, baby. Like the song, Say My Name. Oh, we know what she's talking about. Hey, Bonita! Then she said during sex.
There's the candles over here, y'all. I can't help it.
But Nita in here. Don't. What man?
She said during sex.
Yeah.
You know what? But you know we shouldn't have had partners, but I can truly say my husband was not my only partner. God knows I'm telling the truth. Don't nobody have to tell the truth. I wasn't a virgin when I got married, okay?
Me neither.
So I can say that I've had a few. That means more than 2 men, and they are different, you know,
yes,
even in the way they... Some men are quiet and they just breathe real heavy. They don't have
some
words.
Some men loud.
Yeah,
some men like to talk to you. Come on, girl.
Girl, go on over there. That's what they be saying all kind of stuff. And some men be like, talk dirty to me. You know, I said, what you say? You said talk dirty. By the time I get through talking dirty, they feelings hurt.
Okay. Oh, I almost said something.
No, don't.
Okay. I need a woman who is intelligent and not loud. And can hold a conversation more than 5 minutes.
Okay.
Bonita said they use pet names to not call
the wrong name. Hey, Carrie Jamaica. And you know what? Bonita, you telling the truth.
Oh!
Hey, Reese.
Riri.
But that's true, Bonita. They call everybody baby. If they get in the habit of just call or saying baby, and they calling everybody baby, and they got 2 or 3 women, they ain't gonna mess up. But see, when I wasn't saved, I make you say my name.
Say my name.
Before Beyonce was talking about it, say anybody's name. Because that's one way you could tell, because they will slip up. But vice versa, you'll slip up too. Oh. Because I told you about that time. I ain't always be saved, hand in the air, testifying. I messed up and I called another man's name. He said, what? I tried to fix it, but it wasn't no going back. So sometimes talking ain't good. What do you say?
We ain't loud. We say that to make a woman feel good. And vice versa. Some of us be in there howling to make you, oh, Big Daddy, you ain't hitting nothing. You missing.
I ain't say that.
You missing. But we like, let's get this over.
I'm not finna beat up.
My coin.
I'm not finna beat up on nobody. But need to say,
right,
hey,
Judge Judy. The judge, the executioner.
I'm just telling the truth. You know what I'm saying. It is what it is.
Make women feel good.
A lot of men
say to make y'all.
A lot of times women do things to make men feel good. There are a lot of women who have never had an orgasm, but yet that man claims that she did. And you ask him, how can you tell? Oh, I can just tell. No, you can't.
You can't. Say that, Amanda. Okay, Vicky.
We
putting that work in, applying that pressure.
You put the work in
on what? On yourself? Chest pressure on your chest? Because your stomach is all big.
What is Bonita saying?
The only thing big about him is his ears and his ego.
Well, you know, in some cases that is, you know. But you know what, y'all? I personally don't think it's just a man's anatomy, because if you the right type of woman and you know he's the right type of man, he could be really small and you could be happy with him. That's true. You can get it in, because you don't need everybody like that knocking your womb sideways. No, you know, so I'm not one of them talking about, and that's where that saying comes, it's not the size of the ship, but it's the motion of the ocean.
What?
That's what that means. What?
Okay, I'm not reading that.
What did he say?
I'm not reading that.
Well, he says, working that, well, I'm undefeated, I get. Well, bless your heart. You might think you give orgasms. You
no,
think
he didn't even say orgasms. This the shit, the stuff we talk about.
But we know what
organisms. No, get it together. Well, don't nobody want no organism. Okay, what is you get somebody pregnant? This is what I'm talking about. Your mouth is too smart. Take your autocorrect off. Ask Google.
Leave Marvin alone. I know you meant orgasms and not organisms. That's why I said orgasms. Amanda,
sound it out.
But the thing, he might be one of the men to give organisms. You know, you know, hey, dead skin and all that good stuff. Come on, it's alive. But that's just real. But like I was saying, it doesn't have to be, you know, and that's why a lot of men feel inadequate because they think women just want oversized body parts, and that's not necessarily true. You know, really what a woman wants is a man to be truthful, faithful, understand what she said.
Organism equals clap, okay? He out here giving out everything.
But
God real. What you got? What you need? He out here worse than the Tuskegee
you down there
experiment.
Alabama acting up.
Tell him, Bonita, he out here worse than the Tuskegee
okay, cool.
experiment. I'm not going to tell Victoria to shut up. Victoria ain't even said nothing.
Davida said what?
I shouldn't only be about sex or size when...
It shouldn't only be about sex or size when what?
When you first meet someone.
It shouldn't, but Bonita, you know, and I know some of the first things we do, if we be honest, I'm going to say when I was single, because I don't do it now. I really don't. Maybe every blue moon, but not really like I used to. I'm telling the truth. The first thing you look, and you don't mean to do it, but it's like your eyes automatically go to his male part.
You want to see.
And you might not see nothing, but your eyes automatically go there. And if you'll make that man feel uncomfortable, or you automatically look at his shoes and you play it off like this. Oh, those are nice shoes. What type of shoes are those?
It's a trick. Them shoes be lying. They be having toilet paper in the top of them. Marvin said, tell Bonita she ain't ready.
Oh, okay. No, don't mess with Bonita. Bonita ain't too nice.
I am not ready to end up at the health department. Tell Bonita if she need an application to fill out. Application for what? An STD test? Because you done told us you giving them out.
Bonita ain't the one for you to be messing with. She like Bonita DeVita. They were almost two in the same kind. I don't think so. Marvin, be nice. I'm trying to protect you.
Marvin gonna mess around and the CDC gonna be looking for him. Trying to get another vaccination. It's gonna call the Kathy vaccination.
Marvin, I'm trying to help you, brother.
No,
I'm not gonna let them beat up on you because I understand what type of man you are.
We understand that Marvin needs somebody. Whether it's the blow up doll Sophia or somebody.
No, I'm not going to say that.
If you get you some quarters, you can go in one of them back
Marvin,
rooms.
I actually enjoy your conversation.
Amanda starting stuff.
Well, you've been picking with her and Victoria and Bonita and Davida. Every woman on here, you just about done.
I bet he feels strong. Like he
is strong.
Like he the Kane.
He is strong. You know, what's it, Eddie Kane?
Ain't.
Don't listen to her. Don't listen to her.
Can you see that?
But you know, really, Amanda.
We going there. Yeah.
See, you pick on Amanda, but Amanda does pick on you too, Marvin. But getting back to the fetishes like Bonita is talking about.
Yeah.
I like the fact that sometimes men don't know about really how women feel.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes.
So like you don't moan or you don't react. It's like you're not enjoying yourself, and vice versa. Like, you know, some men, you don't want to be strong, or it's not manly to react in the bedroom. In all actuality, that's a place because with your husband or your wife, you should be enjoying yourself.
That's right. And some men, you know, the women do make fun of when they scream like women, because some men, when they reach that point, they'll scream louder than you, and they don't sound like Tarzan.
Hold on, baby.
They get a high pitch.
Hold on, baby.
In their voice, you know. But that's all right, because most of the time, hey, you know, And I always like to say husband and wife, but I know what's real. And it's be good. And I always say this when I'm preaching a word, that if we would withhold ourselves, for that husband or that wife, it would be better. So it would.
The Lord will bless some hips. You can spell your name while you on it. Like Megan said. Oh!
No.
You ain't never spelled your name. You only got 4 letters. I know you could do it. Look at him. Look at it. Look at it.
She ought to be safe.
That's why you put the pillow over their face when they scream.
Oh, you know what? Let me tell you something. Y'all gonna mess with Marvin about that. But some men do put a pillow over a woman's face, not because she ugly, because some women scream so loud that they try to muffle the scream. But thank God they don't kill them.
Okay.
I have put a pillow over a man's face. But not to kill him, but to make him not scream so loud. And then sometimes that's a turn off. Sometimes you choke them. They think that men are the only... They think that men are the only ones that choke women during that point. No, there are some women.
This is your time, ladies. This is your time. I don't know what y'all doing in these bedroom. Y'all need to stop.
Vanessa said, stop that.
I'm just trying to. This is your time.
It's always been a time, but I'm telling the truth.
Bite them.
Scratch them. And some women do. Men used to the scratches, but when you start trying to choke them, they get upset because they don't know what.
They feel weak.
Why you choking me?
They feel weak.
They do.
They like, she finally done got me. Let me get up and go get this car. You have to feel safe for all of it, because what we are talking about is closeness and intimacy.
Yes. Closeness and intimacy on a whole nother level, but it's real.
Amanda, you need to cover yourself up. I'm not exposed.
Girl, he probably looking way down here at your knees. But her knees are fine, honey. If your knees turn your own, then bless your heart. You really need a woman. Stop and leave him alone. But like I
said, she know where I could go with this.
Yeah, and I don't want you doing it. Okay. But like I said, some women will, they'll whoop a man. Some men like to be whooped. I saw some not too long ago. That dominatrix stuff is real. Yeah. And some men like what?
I could be.
Well, you probably could if you get married and your husband wants you to tie him up or whoop him a little bit, whoop him. Yes. I said, girl, see what Benita said. I say whooping. We missed one.
I would get upset.
My neck.
Oh, this is getting too good. I would get upset if he start to my neck with both hands. Now, you can't get both hands, player. That'd make me nervous. You could do one hand.
Well,
she said she'd get nervous if he came to her like that.
I understand what she's saying, but how you think them men feel when you grab them around the neck? Especially if you on top and it's exciting to you, and you done read some books, where pain, there's a thin line between pain and pleasure, and when you get to that peak, you grab him and start choking him. He like, wait a minute, he lose all of his strength. Because he doesn't know what's happening. He don't know whether you lost your mind or what. That's why it's good to conversate and talk. Yeah. Look.
Grab his nipples. Do you like nipple pinching?
Well, some men do like that. What is Marvin saying?
He said, my knees ashy.
Marvin said, what?
He said, my knees ashy. He wish a woman would put his hands on him. We boxing.
Shoot. Marvin, you ain't going to box. That's when y'all at y'all weakest. And I'm just going to tell you the truth. Men always talk that stuff. That's one time when a man is vulnerable. You can get him, especially when he want to be with you. Ooh, you can get
crawl.
him. You can. Bark. You tell him to crawl across the floor and bark.
Yeah.
He gonna crawl across the floor and bark. And see, some of y'all women ain't bold enough
to
put
on
what
these
she said. Oh my God! No, yeah.
Put your hand in this.
What Benita say?
We shouldn't be nervous when we start to his jewels.
Yeah. Now, I ain't gonna miss.
Can you elaborate?
I know exactly what you mean. His jewels is his penis and his.
Jared Daniel, intelligent conversation, brilliant.
Thank you, Jared. How you doing, love? Good to see you. Yeah, Jared, I'm telling the truth. So yeah,
Tell Anita he might choke her until she see Jesus. That's LOL, Amanda. Are your knees ashy? Baby, no. This whole body smell like shea butter.
He might choke her until she see Jesus. Now, if they choking you that hard, You don't need to be.
You need a safe word. You need to know how to break loose. You gotta know the strength of your partner. Like, don't let your partner do stuff to you that you can't get loose. I'm
gonna say your husband or your wife, because some husband or wife be doing some crazy stuff.
Yes.
Okay, they not in there just missionary. Oh, brother Flower, you know, and she's like, oh wow, no, they getting it in all kind of crazy ways. Okay, listen, Bonita said, good one. Are you sure, man? Oh Lord,
don't look. My needs. Just go back to last week. Let's rewind. My needs are none of your business. I need you focused on Victoria, okay, and finding you something. My gun, okay, Bonita. You better have it together. Under the pillow, the little 22 under the pillow, just in case you got to get them up.
But you know what? But no, that's why you have a conversation. Let's say my gun is my safe.
I was ready to pop him. What you talking about, girl?
That's good, Bonita. Yes. Gun.
You know you gun. For real.
You know my gun. The third time they be so into it, they don't hear the safe word. Okay, you know I'm telling you. You know, so there's a lot of things that people don't know and people don't talk about.
Is lingerie. Sometimes that's enough to take somebody there.
Yeah.
He might accidentally or intentionally kill you grabbing your neck.
What that is true.
She said 380. Look.
That is true, Davida. But guess what, Davida? I wasn't not necessarily talking about him grabbing the neck. I was talking about you grabbing him by his neck. Because there's some men
you could kill him too.
Yeah, because you can crush that bone.
You tie him up and he got on like that plastic mask with the ball.
You don't need no plastic mask with no ball in it. It takes some stockings and you can tie him up and whoop him really good.
His nose so he could
Girl, that's too freaky right there.
That ain't.
Let's see. Marvin said, tell what? Bonita. Girl, they moving fast. Tell Bonita what?
Tell Bonita. Man might have a
45 too.
You ain't gonna reach yours. Yours gonna be on your pants and your pants on the floor. Safety click. Okay.
And what Victoria say? What Victoria say?
Okay. You must want to see my knees, and if you just do say that thing, dang Marvin.
Y'all, but you know what? That look, Bonita, what he say, he gonna hit it click.
I don't like choking no bondage. That's hot man.
But you know what? But you might not like it, but that's a fetish that other people have. And you might meet somebody or you might marry somebody. Let me tell you something. You could be married to somebody and not know that they have certain fetishes. Because what happens a lot of times when people get married, they stop talking to one another. They stop talking to one another.
Put it all out there.
Well, you save a little bit because, and I'm gonna tell you something, and I know this because I've been married almost 40 years, okay? And before being married 40 years, I had boyfriends, so I know what I'm talking about. I'm not talking off the top of my head, okay? Being married to this man, there was still some things in me that he did not know about. And when I decided, hey, I'm finna be me. In a particular way, not necessarily dirty like what people thinking. It just confused him. Yeah. He thought he knew me.
He didn't know she was a criminal.
What she said?
I don't like choking or bondage. That's a hot mess.
Mm-hmm.
Marvin said, no, I don't. They black and crusty. So Victoria said, if you wanted to touch my knees or something like that, then just
and you know what, some men do love knees, and legs, so he might have a knee fetish, because some women have some women, we talking about fetishes, so I know how to stay the course. I don't care what he say, I know how to get back on course, because that's what I do. You said, Marvin said, tell Bonita.
How you gonna reach for your gun when you see it, Jesus? Vanessa laughed. He said, well, if choking is a fetish, Pastor Judy, get your ink pen ready so to sign the divorce papers.
Well, go back down. Look, no, because they know the choke is coming. They just don't know exactly when.
Yeah.
He said, okay, divorce papers ready for next. She said,
Marvin, I can't wait to get you a woman.
And then,
let
me tell y'all something. You have a conversation with them, and this is how the conversation should go when you want to tell them something else about you. You say, you know what, baby, we've been together for a long time, and I just love you. I like what you do, but there's some things that I like. And they're going to be like, what? Good. I was like, I like at that point that I can choke you a little bit. You know, he going to say, what you what? And I say, well, let me show you. And he said, you might try to kill me. You might be trying to get me for something I did way back then. No, this is not an angry conversation. This is me expressing myself. Now, this is a real conversation that I had. What do you say?
Bonita said, bless his heart, Marvin needs to take his medication.
What Marvin say?
Oh, Marvin, you rude.
What do you say?
Victoria, go watch your porn and go cook for your kids.
That's all right.
Marvin, you getting too deep.
You know, and no, he is just upset. But we know that Marvin has a fetish, a thing.
Duh, Bonita said hell to the no.
Well, that's what it is sometimes. You know,
no
hey.
choking.
Well, you know, it don't have to be choking. It could be whooping. You know, you tell him, baby, turn over. I want to whoop you with this belt a little bit.
He might like it.
He might like it. See, some people don't know.
Yeah, he might say, why you back there?
See, too many people. No, I hope that I don't want no man that want me to play with his booty hole. That's too much. Because that's telling me that he might go to the other side. And I ain't with that. I'm telling you. But you be surprised at what some of these men are going along with, ladies.
I like my feet licked too. A man might like his feet licked.
I don't like to lick feet, but you got to tell them what they like to do. You don't necessarily like to do it. I don't want to lick no feet. I don't want to kiss no toes. That ain't what I do. You know, no, you know, and I can't help but to put myself in there because this is sort of like an open conversation, but I'm not telling you everything, and you can draw whatever conclusion you want to draw.
That is true.
I tell you only so much. Will I, you know, am I capable of whooping a man? Yes.
The slave beast.
Yeah. You talking about choking him?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But I'm also a good woman.
I would have to be bailed. Wait.
What Davita say? Davita said what?
Davita.
She said she would have to be what?
I would have to be bailed from jail when any man goes overboard with me. Too many extra things.
That's true.
Vanessa said, I ain't looking nothing.
That's true.
Marvin said, while Bonita reaching for the gun, she's speaking in Jesus on the altar.
Speaking in tongues. That's right, Lord. Don't help me. Well, let him let go so I don't have to kill him. So I understand that.
We know how experienced you are.
And you know another thing, we're talking about fetishes and things like that. And you know, preferably with your husband or your wife. See, what happens is, everybody, you know, to some point when you get married, act like you don't have a sex life and it's not to be talked about, and that's just not true. What Bonita said, because she said some good stuff.
Like he stole something from the blind man. Okay?
Y'all be ashamed.
Marvin, stop playing with me at this point because my domestic violence is finna kick in if you don't stop trying me.
You need to stop. But you know, when we're talking about fetishes and people are being married, because you said something about lingerie. Believe it or not, every man doesn't like lingerie. Some men like lingerie. See, women never assume, and men never assume that every woman that you meet likes the same thing. And women never assume that every man you meet likes the same thing as the last man that you was with, because that's just not so. And you put yourself in a box when you do that. Of course, you shouldn't have a lot of sex partners anyway, but since most of us were not virgins, you know, when we got married, as the word of God says, we have experienced some things. And so, you know, you got to, what he saying?
There she goes, the loud ghetto self.
We're not going to insult nobody, because then y'all start going back with one another. You and that girl need to get together and go on a date.
Okay, at least one date. Matter of fact, I'll pay for it. Where y'all going?
Victoria ready to see Jesus now, Melvin.
I'm
Marvin. Victoria said,
I wasn't loud. That was my calm voice, and that's what you need to watch.
Now, didn't I say that today? Sometimes you got to watch quiet people. And everybody that seem loud ain't loud. There's some loudmouth people. And some men like loudmouth women. Not every man likes a quiet woman. And that's another myth. Some men like loud women. Oh, she ain't my type. Most men don't like loud women because if they do something dirty, you know, or something sneaky, she gonna tell. But them quiet women tell too.
That's why a conversation should be first. That's true, Davita.
Yeah.
That's why you should talk about it. You know, a lot of times you hear people dating and it's like, where do you see yourself in 5 years or 10 years? But once you get into the motions, like, those are healthy. Adults should be able to have healthy conversations about sex without it being misconceptions or even being uncomfortable. Because if you are uncomfortable about talking about sex, maybe you shouldn't be having sex.
Yeah, and that is true. But, you have to realize that some people have issues. The Bible talks about sex. That's why I'm free with it, okay? I just know what to say and what not to say.
Oh, my God.
What? What you saying?
The only place we would go is to McDonald's.
Well, okay.
Is that as long as your money go?
Stop attacking him. If you'll only take her to McDonald's if she let you. That's another thing.
I don't like McDonald's. She said, I don't like McDonald's. Try again.
Well, hey,
Thank you, Victoria.
She spoke up for herself. Not every woman is going to let you take her to McDonald's. Some women will. Some women won't.
Yeah,
I have had a man take me to McDonald's, but I've been married to him a long time. No, first dates are not McDonald's dates. Unless
surely
you agree
women
on
are
it.
still being a Happy Meal hoe.
Say what?
She said surely women are still being a Happy Meal
There
hoe.
are some, but you know what? Some women, they with men who really don't have jobs. And the only thing he might have is McDonald's money, but his money will grow one day. So, you have to be careful of saying it. Yeah, and you have to be careful as to what type of man that you have actually encountered. Because some of them be lying. They ain't got no money. They ain't never going to get no money. That's just what it is. Or if they get it, they ain't going to give it to you. That's a stingy man.
Some people don't think when having a conversation about goals, how about Taco Bell? Or not.
If that's where you want to go.
You can't, little girl, when I am a grown woman.
Okay.
I got long money.
Okay, Davita saying.
It is not all about money, but broke is a turn off for me.
And you know what? Because I know you, Davita, that is true. But one thing I can say about you, they really can't call you no gold digger. You make up front, you tell them up front, look, this is what you like, and even the men who approached you who may not have had much, you weren't disrespectful to them, mean and nasty. At least not when I was around. What Benita saying?
Well, he can't be trying to score and broke.
Well, I agree with that too, to a degree. But he don't need to think what you saying, he don't need to think he gonna take you to McDonald's and have a good time. Well, you ain't gonna take some women to Ruth Chris and have a good time. There's some morals you got to have about yourself. And, some women back in the day, they did things just to survive. And it's not necessarily like that now. Because a lot of women, hey, you got welfare, you got food stamps, you got MDHA. Ain't no reason for you to be having to do anything strange for some change no more. Back in your mom and them days, she might have had to do that, but we don't. Or what he saying?
Well, grown women do that too.
Yeah, bless y'all heart. Y'all men, I really be trying to be easy with you. I'm being honest. Because what I think about some men can't be put in the book. And if it was, they'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe she said that. But for the most part, I try to keep an even tone when it comes to male and female.
Yes, you do. You keep that playing field level, and I'm just like...
That's because you're younger.
Yes, I am.
You're younger, so when you get a little older, and then, you learn to respect some things, even if they talking off track, you know something ain't quite there, or is it something wrong? What he say?
Victoria ain't older than my daughter.
Marvin, and that's a lie. Victoria's way older than your daughter. You just got this thing with Victoria. You might just like her name, Victoria. Maybe that's the turn on for you.
Are you trying to be victorious?
What Davita say? You know what?
Are you trying to climb Mountain Victoria?
He might.
I like when a man knows how to cook and clean. Amen.
I do too.
Women need to be comfortable with their own bodies, so we'll have boundaries, not be desperate to allow anything.
And I agree with that, Benita, because some women, they feel so belittled and they so desperate to have a man till they'll let them say anything to them and do anything to him. You're not going to do that to me. Even if I became single today, y'all keep hearing me say, God would have to make me get married. And the only reason I probably would get married is because I don't want to my sex boundaries have to be in place. And I just believe that I should have a husband, not just going around attacking every man.
He said,
because I wouldn't be the victim, believe that.
You do, Pastor. You always keep it real. Victoria said, you so obsessed with me. Marvin said, true, but women not able to cook.
A lot of women know how to cook. It's a lot of times women don't want to cook because it's not required of them. But it's not. In some cases, men don't deserve it because they take it for
you
granted.
At home?
But why, if you're not married, I think it's something I heard a woman say. She said, "I'll show this man a little bit of who I am, but until he becomes my husband, he's not getting the whole package." Because certain things are reserved only for a husband.
Yes, ma'am.
And only for a wife. And that's just real. Bonita said what?
Marvin, I'm not the maid.
Yeah, a lot of men, they you know what? You use the word domesticated. Some men only want women who are domesticated. That's all. You don't even have to be. I think if you're married, I think your sex life should be exciting. But then that depends on what you call exciting. I think you should be able to cook. Yeah. I think you should be able to clean. I like what Terry Brooks said this morning on Hey Miss Judy, that, they moving fast. A man likes to come into a woman's house and it's clean.
And be not scared to sit down.
He did say that, not afraid to sit down. And that
Anita
was something.
said, I'm not a maid. Victoria said, here he go with him wanting a slave. Marvin said, obsessed with what, Victoria? Bonita said, amen. Davita said, right. I do not like to cook, but I like to keep things clean.
And that's a balance to me. Because if he's going to go in there and cook and clean up, that's great. My husband likes to cook, but he don't like washing no dishes or nothing like that. I like to do either or. Or I find that washing dishes and stuff like that is a necessity. But I don't want nobody thinking just because you're a woman, you need to do this.
Oh,
what Bonita say?
We domesticate animals like dogs and cats.
Hello. But that's what some men, I need a domesticated woman. That's sort of.
And you don't even know but to put your white clothes on hot or cold.
That's right. Some men don't even know how to wash their clothes properly. And they don't. Hi, my granddaughter. Yeah. And I teach my granddaughters, how to cook. They need to know how to clean, to keep themselves clean, have integrity about themselves.
And just for yourself.
And not take just any man
out of it. I have been a single father, cook and clean 17 years as a single father, and do my daughter's hair and teach her about a period.
About her period. Okay, that's good. You're a good father. That's good. You were put in that place where you had to do that. But if everything was like it was supposed to be, then you may not be responsible for doing all of those things. But you have different family dynamics now. So men are put in the position to where they have to have these uncomfortable conversations with their daughters on the good scale and not perverted. Okay, I must say that because some men, what Vanessa say?
What you said, Pastor. I can hear her voice. What you said, Pastor.
Yeah, but that's just true. Bonita said, then wash your
head and behind your ears.
Bonita, you getting like Victoria. Stop that. But that's a fact. And women likewise are put in uncomfortable positions, having to talk to their sons about not laying down with just any girl, and you don't want to tell them
if it's burning the itch, you better come see me. Now I got to look at it.
Yeah, and you don't want to tell, as a Christian, you don't want to tell your son to put on a condom, but common sense tells you that he or even your daughter, they're not going to just do everything you tell them to do because temptation is so strong. So you just can't teach them not to. You have to teach them how to do things if said things should happen, and try to keep themselves as clean and as healthy as they can. I tell people all the time, as a pastor, I believe in the fact of sex after marriage. But guess what? Did I always do it like that? No, I did not.
He said, Bonita, you ready to see Jesus?
he talking about choking, Bonita.
And then she said, I had to discuss condoms.
Yeah, because you have your son, so you have to tell them, and Christians, we need to the Bible says that the children of darkness are smarter than the children of light. Because sometimes as Christians, all we do is say, don't. We never really explain to them the consequences other than you might get pregnant, other than you might have a sexually transmitted disease, other than you might meet somebody who's willing to do something freaky that you don't know nothing about that'll turn you upside down and turn you out. Yeah. But it's lost and turned out. People get turned out on their first
or you
time.
might have a situation where somebody might injure you and you might can't have kids.
Yeah.
But true, this generation is different.
It is.
Someone says, when I see Jesus.
What Martha said, I discussed condoms with birth control. Yeah, and diseases, and that's another thing. I forgot about having to, but some women, and I don't agree with this, as soon as their daughters get a certain age, will put them on birth control pills. I don't think that's fair. Because number one, it's almost like you're saying, go and get it. You know, and then
it's time for you to start having sex now.
Yeah, even though they say they're not going to do it.
And you can tell when your child start having sex. So much stuff change about them.
And yeah, their personality and everything changes.
Their skin change. You know,
actions, attitude,
body,
just everything. And then sometimes you can't tell.
Yeah,
it depending on how slick that child is.
They Leos, you better watch out.
Period. Anybody, you know. So a lot of times you think your child is not sexually active, and they are. You know, so you just have to pray and you have to teach them. You know, and then you need to teach your children about fetishes, because that's why a lot of these young girls around here sucking everything down on their knees and doing all of this. Because number one, mama should have told them, you don't pop things in your mouth. Yeah, I said it. You don't pop things in your mouth. Ain't nobody talking to these little boys, telling these little boys, boy, you don't put your head down there and just chew up everything. Now, when they get grown and responsible. Lil Boosie said what?
Told his son he'd show him how to do that.
That's perverted. That's perverted. I don't care. I like some of Lil Boosie's music. I don't care what y'all say. I like Lil Boosie. But I do. I like Lil Boosie. He kind of twisted up some. I like it. You know, I listen to this music and stuff like that. But I done told my grown son, we done had a conversation. I done said, son, don't be putting your head everywhere. I done told him. What he do as a grown man, that's going to be his business. I told my daughters, you don't want to be popping things in your mouth. I tell my grandchildren, you don't put your mouth down there and do that. You know, and you don't be taking up nothing where it's supposed to be excretions coming out. Yeah, I said it. People doing all kind of stuff. There's some men, they rather have your back rather than... She's with, she just want to break it down. Girl, go and break it down.
She said you should not be taking it in your butt.
Ain't no sex. No, that's made for excretions, to come out. Whatever you intake, it has to come out. Excrete it out.
You better watch some of these videos and these shows where it shows stuff that got stuck up in people. I seen a whole toy this big, and it was thick, and it was up in the man so deep that they had to have surgery.
To cut
the whole thing went up in there, even the bottom part of it. Trust me, I talk to my son all the time. Good for
that's
you.
Good. That's good.
What you want to pat on the back? Look, I'm a virtual pat.
Quit attacking him. He's being calm now. And that's fact. You should teach your children how to be Robert here. And hey, Robert again. You have to teach your children, what they should and should not do. And that's not what we doing. We too busy. We was too busy in the church. Hallelujah. Praise God. Doing all of that stuff, not thinking about there were other things that needed to be taught in your household.
Yeah, why you telling them to not have sex, and you got 6 kids and 4 baby daddies, and you trying to tell them about safe sex? Well, it look like you had some slippers.
She said, women
you shouldn't advertise about licking on popsicles or ice cream cones.
That's true, Benita, but you know what?
That's sexy.
You know what? Let me tell you, it's sexy depending on how you look at it. But let me tell you, it's become so perverted that I can't even get an ice cream cone and be sitting there just enjoying a nice ice cream cone without somebody just stop looking at me. Yeah. You can't even eat a banana
Yeah.
Or a hot dog. What?
Ladies need to act like ladies. That is
but
true.
Even if you somewhere, they have the bum pops, and you just reading your book, and you licking the bum pop because it's hot and it's coming down. You just really have to bite it.
Yeah.
And even you can't hardly bite it without somebody looking at you talking about ooh wee. And that pisses me off.
Yeah, that's nasty.
Because don't
perversion.
insinuate. Yeah, that is perversion. Don't insinuate, because a person is eating a fruit or food a particular type of way. At certain times, when you have on lipstick, ladies, you don't want to smear your lipstick when you out to eat, because y'all see me do this. You open your mouth a little while and take the food off the end of your fork, and then somebody says, ooh, you eating sexy. You're not trying to eat sexy. You just trying not to mess up your lipstick.
Amanda, stop hating on me being a great parent. Boy, please. I have enjoyed today's conversation, but I have to check on my son. He lives in Houston, Texas, so let's keep everyone in our prayers. Good night, everyone. Good night,
Davita. I love you. And we're going to be on here about 10 more minutes, and we're gone anyway. But we have talked about fetishes tonight, and it's something that needs to be talked about, and hopefully husbands and wives can have a good, wholesome, and healthy conversations. If you are a boyfriend and a girlfriend thinking about getting married, there should be a wholesome, a good conversation that you have. And just don't allow your body to be used up any kind of way. You have some people who will dog your body. Men, there are some women who will dog your bodies out. Men don't realize that, but there are some women. They will dog your body. And women, of course, there's some men that'll tear up every orifice, every hole that you got if you allow.
Tear that thing out the frame like that.
See, this is a youngin' talking over there, Amanda.
If it don't clap, it ain't real.
Hey, Tamaria. What she said?
What have I walked into? Hey, girl, that clap?
We were talking about fetishes, Tamaria. You need to go back and look at this whole tape, because we've been talking about, as a young girl yourself, and share it with your friends. As a young girl, Tamaria, I'm hoping you're not sexually active, but if you are, there are some things that are off boundaries. And we were talking about how women and men need to keep their bodies clean. The different mindsets of individuals when you get with them. How married people cease to be able to communicate because they think they're married, and so that's just it. And sometimes people, I'm going to add this on there, that's why a lot of men and women seem to be dissatisfied at home, because you didn't have some conversations in the first place. You don't know what that individual has been exposed to. And once, the devil always wants to come back and bring something up that's not right, okay? If he has been a man and all he likes is anal sex and you are not into that, and that is not healthy and that is not wholesome at all, but people do what they do. I'm just telling you the truth. And medically, that can mess you up all kinds of ways. And so, and then you get with him, and that's all he's been used to. And for a year, maybe 3 years or two, he seemed to just be doing it the right way. And all of a sudden, he want to flip you over, and you not with it. And he gets real angry because you don't know that may be an old fetish that has come back into play,
or he
in your relationship. Well, he's not cheating yet. Sometimes those doorways get open that lead them into cheating. See, we need to quit thinking that, you wasn't woman enough. No, these conversations need to be had so that you will understand that there's some doorways that have not been closed and that may come open at another time, and you may find yourself a victim and not even know how you're a victim. And men, there are some women who like to, what is it called? Take a man's manhood. If you have never been a man that allows somebody to touch you in a particular way in your anal area, there are women, you better hear me, who like to take your virginity as a man. And that's Amanda. You better stop. God is going to get you. But she's telling the truth. They are like that. And you have to Let her know that you're all men and that's not something that you do. And, you know, you're just not open for everything. You need to add to your conversation freakiness. What level of freakiness are you open for? What is it that you will not do? Amanda, if you do not quit. Because you have to let people know there's just some things you're not going to do. Well, anyway, y'all, we've come to the end of this conversation.
Is this too big?
Kicking the Breezz. We hope you had
a breeze
and intellectual stimulation, as I like to call it.
Stimulation.
And something that'll help your relationships. We want to say we love you. Until next week. Bye-bye. Hey, don't forget, I'll be on at 11:30 tonight on point praying. We can't get enough prayer.
Y'all need some prayer. All this conversation.
I love you all. Bye-bye. Amanda, quit being bad.